Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be talking about the FIFA 23 title update number 6. Are you fed up of getting out-teamed on FIFA? Want that God squad that you've always dreamed of? Check out MMOEXP and use code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out the link below. MMOEXP, the best place to buy coins. Okay, so EA have released another patch for the game. It's the first meaningful gameplay patch, I would say, in probably the last month, maybe. EA obviously start to release less and less as the year goes on. I wasn't sure we'd be getting another major patch to the game, so I'm happy to see they have done that. EA, it varies from title to title, but sometimes it feels like they abandoned the game a bit early. Sometimes it feels like they try to overdo things and change the game completely as the year goes on. I think that really happened on FIFA 19. But it feels like a bit of a better balance this year. Has the game got better this year? I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the game next year when it becomes EA Sports Football Club. Would that just become a one-title game that they don't release every year and they make better? Hopefully. For this though, we're going to be talking about the gameplay updates. There is a nice thing here where it says the radar could sometimes disappear during matches. That was really annoying. I remember I lost a champs game once when I was winning. Then the guy put the constant press on, and you don't realise how much you actually use the radar until it's gone. You don't realise how much you miss something until it's gone. So the gameplay changes. This section here is the big one. That it feels like they could have done this for the last 3 FIFAs, maybe 4 FIFAs. Constant press has been an absolute thorn in my side and many other people's sides since it came out. So what are they doing about it? When playing against a team using constant pressure, your AI teammates will attempt to more actively provide shorter passing options. Now, honestly, I don't even know if this will be good or not. This genuinely could go the other way, and you guys could stop running in behind, stop giving you through balls, which is the best way to beat the press, and make it a nightmare to even get out the constant pressure. I've played today on the patch for about 5 games or so. Maybe no, it might be a bit more, maybe like 7 or 8, but I had quite a few early rage quits. But did I notice it a little bit, but it wasn't too obvious. But I'll give feedback next week after a full weekend league on it. When a CPU-controlled defending player applies constant pressure to the ball carrier but does not win the ball back, they can take longer to track back. This has no impact on human-controlled players. So this was somewhat noticeable. I do really like when EA buff manual human-controlled defending and nerf AI defending. AI defending should not be the way to play. I've played against people, like even pro players, who they don't touch their defence for the most part. They just run around with one man. And it's a nightmare to break down and score against. So that should never be the case. I couldn't imagine playing other like competitive esport titles and someone just letting their AI do most of the work. So I'm happy that they've done this. The longer to track back thing, I think you'd have to like watch footage back and properly measure it to be compared to before, but I think I did notice it. Decreased stamina decay by 11% for constant pressure. So I'm a bit confused about this. I didn't really notice too much difference in game, but to me, decreased stamina decay means that the stamina, they don't lose stamina as much, because increasing the decay of stamina would mean that they lose it more. So I don't really understand why they've changed the stamina. I think the stamina was fine with how it was working. I guess that if I'm reading it right, tell me if you guys think I'm reading it wrong, but if I'm reading it right, I guess they're making the stamina not as punishing because it's not as good anymore, in their opinion. In some cases, ball carriers are now more likely to maintain possession of the ball when pressured from behind by a defender. Good. The amount of times where there was just nothing you could do, they would just run into you from behind, not even really get the ball, but they would end up getting the ball because your attacker would just turn into an idiot. It was stupid, so that's good. And I definitely did notice a few times, but again, it needed a bigger sample size. Address the following issues. A lot of issues here, eh? When chasing lofted through balls, defenders could incorrectly slow down at times. Yep, this has happened pretty much every FIFA for the last few years. I really wonder at times when they release a new game, do they just go off the coding for the previous year and not the coding? Like, because the thing is with EA, when they release yearly titles, so they're already going to be work. It's not, but let's say it was called FIFA 24. they would have started work on FIFA 24 in probably like November, October time last year. They don't just start like April, May when this game's nearly done. They're already working on the next title while they're still currently working on this one. And I'm thinking they're probably using the code from the start of this one, and they do that every year. So when there's patches on this that fix some of the issues, they're still in the new game unless they remember to change it, which is absolutely a ridiculous way of working in my opinion. I could be wrong, that might not be how they're doing it, but that's definitely how it seems. This one where defenders incorrectly slowed down against chip through balls, I think this is the 3rd year running that EA have had to patch it. It's not as bad this year as last year potentially, but maybe that's because the lengthy control stuff's come in, but it's still really annoying. Now this is one of the first times, maybe the first time I've ever seen this. I didn't get enough chances to see this, and it wasn't something that happened a lot, but when it happened it was really annoying. Addressed further instances of the ball unintentionally falling back to the attacking player after a defender makes a tackle. So this is one way, like, they do a chip through ball, and you would intercept it in the air, and as you take it down, the attacker just takes it off you, gets it on goal. It was ridiculous, and it meant people could just do aimless through balls with no intention of even getting the ball, but knowing they don't have a chance of tackling you. In some cases, using... Oh, no, we missed one. During kickoffs, teams with high defensive line could push up too close to the centre of the pitch. Yep, no, it's that. Sometimes it's too easy to get in. In some cases, using player lock when playing with customised controls could result in unwanted requests being performed. Fair enough. I don't play with customised controls, so I never noticed this. When locking to a player without the ball, the CPU ball carrier could perform unwanted skill moves or passes. I mean, that was going on last year, so I don't know why it's taken this long to fix. Addressed instances of some animations not playing correctly when there is physical contact between two players. I mean, yeah, that's always going to happen on the Frostbite engine when they introduce lots of new animations. Now, this one made me laugh. In some cases, a quick free kick could not be taken and transitioned to a traditional free kick. Yeah, why are you lying? It's not a quick free kick in some cases. It was all the time. I have not taken a quick free kick once on FIFA 23. Like, they just never, you wasn't ever allowed to do them, so I don't know why it's in some cases. Sometimes semi-assisted through pass could incorrectly be hit out of play. Yeah, I've noticed that. Removed heading animations that could unnecessarily occur when a player was requested to perform a header but was not in contention for the ball. Yeah, I guess I've seen that before. A lot of these aren't things you're going to notice instantly, but over the course of a lot of games, they would affect the gameplay. In some specific situations, the CPU AI could not win the ball back if the human control player was shielding the ball. I don't really shield the ball in the way that that's suggesting, so I've never noticed that. Further addressed instances of ball carriers running over the ball when making a dribble. Definitely noticed that. Really annoying and just looks dumb. In some cases, CPU AI keepers could perform an unintentionally poor pass from a goal kick. I mean, I don't play against the computer, so I've never noticed that. But I feel like some of the people I play against play like CPUs. So, in rare situations, after receiving a pass, the ball carrier could have become momentarily unresponsive. Don't think that was that rare. Definitely happened a lot. Improved referee logic when making foul decisions in situations where the offending player quickly moved away from the ball carrier. I mean, I'll judge that after playing it a bit more. Improved referee logic when making foul decisions regarding slide tackles. That was definitely needed. In terms of the rest of the stuff, we don't really care about that. On paper, as always, well, not always, but nearly always, these patches sound good. The constant pressure after testing it for 5 to 10 games definitely did feel a little bit better. I'm going to be doing custom tactics, post-patch updates based on what I've seen today. One thing I'm a bit worried about, though, is if the stamina is not as punishing and we're starting to get more cards with 99 stamina, is this almost going to allow people to start pressing nearly the whole game, especially with 5 subs? That'll be interesting to see. But in general, I think this looks better for the game. It did feel a bit better, but I will give full judgment early next week, boys, when I properly test it out. As always, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support you show me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, keep it spicy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.